Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be doing something a little bit different. We're not going to be drafting this evening. We're going to be testing a new deck. Well, kind of an old deck that I was pretty excited about with the release of Kaldheim. But it didn't really have enough teeth to compete with the mono white, mono red, at that time Gruul that was really going around, that was really powerful. But today we're going to test it in the new standard 2022 format. That rotation is happening very soon, I think tomorrow. So here's what we got going on. We'll see if this can make a comeback now that the format might be a little bit slower. And we might be able to cast some of our bigger mid-rangey creatures. So this deck is pretty mid-range. First we have Magda, because we want to generate some treasures early. Culmination of Studies. Exile a bunch of cards from our library and do things depending on what color they are. Which we have a bunch of multicolored spells, which count for both. So we can make treasures for each land. For each blue, we can draw a card. For each red, we can deal 1 damage to an opponent. This is a new card that I haven't played much with and I'd like to experiment with. Prismari Command. Most likely used to deal 2 damage to one of their little creatures and make a treasure token and ramp us into a big giant. Aegar the Freezing Flame rewards you when you do extra damage to something by giving you more cards, which is always nice. Calamity Bearer. I gotta tell you, this guy, when I drafted a few giants when Kaldheim originally came out, this can be a bomb if your opponent can't deal with it and you have a couple giants on the board, especially if you have an open board. Even just a 3 or a 3-drop, something like that, can swing in for 6. Can be pretty good. Squash 6 damage as long as you control a giant for 2 mana. If you don't, it costs 5. Classic Quakebringer. 5/4, opponents can't gain life when he's in the graveyard. As long as you have a giant, he deals 2 to somebody at every upkeep. And the big old non-giant board wipe here, basically. And then in the top end, we have Magma Opus, which generally will be cycling out for treasure. An Elemental Masterpiece, which generally will be cycling out for treasure. To haul the Storm Giants. After all, if we want to get a man land in here, we want it to be a giant. If we have Calamity Bearer out. These might be subject to change. We have a lot of high costed spells in here, top heavy stuff. But the idea is that you'll be able to squash things, get some little giants out early, and ramp in a sort of way using treasure tokens. We'll see how that works out. Other than that, we just have 4 snarls, 4 pathways. So we'll see if this deck has gotten better with time and with the rotation of Eldraine and Theros and Ikoria and M21 out. So let's hop into it. We are currently Platinum 1. If anything goes wrong, I think it's going to be that it's too slow. But this format is slower. Okay, so we're on the play. Magda turn 2. We have a Prismari Command for 3. 2 Quakebringers. I would rather have had a 4-drop here, but we will see how it goes. Play Snarl first, revealing Island. Hall of Storm Giants should be played now. If we don't, it'll come in tapped. So we'll bring Magda out. Trap Finder. Alright. Let's play this on Mountain. Let's swing with Magda. Let's just go ahead and Prismari Command this out of the way. 2 damage, treasure token. Gives us 6 available mana next turn. Create a 2/2 Shapeshifter Bear. It's been a while since I've seen this. Any number of shapeshifters have power, toughness 4 and 4, and then they basically kill your things. Okay. Kill one of your creatures. Okay, let's offer to trade Magda. No trades there. Quakebringer. Next turn we'll have mana to Magma Opus, which will be actually very timely. Two damage to the face. See what trades need to be made here. Actually, let's go ahead and Magma Opus prior to them blocking. Four damage here. 2 permanents to tap. Sure. Ooh, countered it. That sucks. Quakebringer's going away. In comes Linvala. Almost a full party. That counterspell might have won them the game. There's a full party for Linvala. Okay. Okay, so it looks like the party mechanics are really coming back too. Okay, we can't activate Hall of Storm Giants. Don't have enough for Elemental Masterpiece. This will become tapped and they'll hit for 11, 12 exactly. So they're gonna get us this game. Okay, initial critiques. Pretty high costed mana curve. But had that Magma Opus not been countered, we would have ran away with that game. So I think this is going to be all in, basically. What's up, Mr. Tasty? Okay, we can cycle a Magma Opus turn 2. We got a Calamity Bearer, Quakebringer, and a Squash, so we'll try to keep this. Grakmaw. Been a while since I've seen Grakmaw played. Should be interesting. Hit for 3, told me to go. Alright. Drawing all tap lands. Chariot. Okay, let's get rid of all these pesky cats. See if we can stick a Quakebringer out there. Negative. See if they somehow activate the chariot, we can squash it. It's kind of what I'm waiting for. Summon some pests. Crew up that chariot. For combat, because we don't want them cloning any of these tokens. Four damage every hit as long as Quakebringer's in our graveyard, because we have Calamity Bear on the field. Feels good. Let's wipe the board again. Hit for 6. Brings back the Grakmaw. I guess we want the Quakebringer on top. Hoping we'll be able to get off a Magma Opus here. Okay. Best to do this on their turn before combat. Coming in with Grakmaw, Magma Opus. We're going to go 4 damage here. I'm going to tap these 2 permanents. How do we want to do this? Say go.
Ah! You reek with terror. We will slay our enemies. My power is for annihilation.
Okay. I think that's going to do it. 1 permanent here. 1 permanent here. We'll tap this and this. 3 damage here.
Subservience will be rewarded.
Attack for 4. Good game. So it worked out okay that time, and we were actually behind the gun. We were able to make quite a few treasures with the self-mill card. But we're still cutting it pretty close. I think the curve's still a little high. But we'll keep it going. We're 1-1 right now. Okay, we can keep this. We have Magda for turn 2. Calamity Bear turn 4. Start with a island. Less aggressive. Opponent all about the new lands. Lair of the Hydra and Hive of the Eye Tyrant, turn 1 and 2. People don't usually like to see Magda. They usually blast Magda out immediately. Those lands could be a problem. We have to save a squash for those later on. Ramping up. I think we'll probably cycle out Magma Opus here. We only have one play. This is going to be a challenge. This is what's shaping up to look like a control deck, and we have all mid-rangey stuff. So we're not going to be able to swarm as much as I would like to be as aggressive. Also, their win con might be a Planeswalker, which we can do some damage to Planeswalker here, but we don't have tons of removal in that way. We're geared anti-creature, basically. Let's try again. Okay. Alrund's Epiphany, I assume. Could just as easily be a Saw It Coming or Behold the Multiverse, but we'll just fire off another giant. I don't think we're going to cycle that Opus because we want to have it. We're getting close to being able to cast it. Yep, Epiphany. If they fire up that layer of the Hydra, we can squash it. Took all my squashes out of the deck. Good job. Okay, we'll get in for 6 here. Wow. Okay. I haven't seen that in a while. It's possible that we may be able to get around that by tapping it. We can attack for 6. Actually, we can win. As long as they don't have a counter. Which they only have green and black mana, so let's Magma Opus for the win. We'll try anyway. Okay. 4 damage to the face. Tap. Tap the green. And attack for 6. That Scourge of the Skyclaves backfired. Card can be good in certain situations, but not when your opponent has a Magma Opus ready to cast. Because all we needed to do was get in for 6. They brought themselves to 8. We have a Squash, Calamity Bear, yeah. We'll need to draw one of our 3-drop things, probably. Prismari Command, not bad. Our mana's looking good. Professor. Let's wait. Let's not just blast that out yet. Okay, now we will. Something foretold. 2 things foretold. Wonder what those could be. All runs. And a counter spell. Do anything about the Calamity Bear? Okay, well, I'm going to tap out for this. You can counter it if you want. Wow, 2 spells on it. Okay, we have our Opus mana. Hopefully they tap out for something. Okay. Gonna do it again. Whatever they do, I hope they just tap out everything so we can battle the Frost and Fire, whatever they put out. Sure. That hurts. Okay, all tapped out. Hope we don't regret that. We will chump here if we have to, and then do it again. Come in with the giant. Damn. Need one more mana to do that. Well, we'll bring out a Calamity Bearer. It's gonna be close. Okay, we need to draw a land for our Magma Opus. If we draw the land, oh, we didn't. If that's another all runs in hand, all they have to do, yeah, that's it. Didn't draw that land. So close though. I guess I probably could have played Magda. Magda a little bit earlier and chumped. That was close though. Interesting. So 2 and 2 with this. We are going first. Okay, it's going to be a turn 2 Magda. We need to draw a land so we can Prismari Command to get a treasure. We'll see how this works out. It's going to be Snarl first because it comes in tapped. Hey, there's a land. It's a Snarl though. It's not really what I wanted. Okay, we'll get in for 2. And we'll play Snarl, and we don't really want to use this. We'll just Foretell for now. Whole point behind Prismari Command is to do like a quasi-ramp, and if we're using a treasure token to make one, it's just not that cool. Okay, let's make another one. Alright, let's hold. Do I sense coma? My spider sense is tingling here. Do we need to keep a squash up? They've had enough. Yeah, don't blame you. getting strong coma vibes here. Imrith. Very interesting. Okay. Hard to deal with that. Let's go Calamity Bearer. See if they want to block. It's going to deal twice the damage. Yeah, that's a sneaky. Another Imrith. Learned a lesson this time, probably. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We can tap it, hit him for 4. That'd be 12. That's not... I don't think that's good enough, though. I think we need to just keep offering the trade, and if they don't, they'll take 6. Alright. If they swing in with it, we can squash it because it loses its ward. They may have a counter, but I'd rather use it on that than to use it on the Magma Opus that we're about to cast anyways, so. There's a coma. I knew I was getting coma vibes. Let's squash that out of existence right now. Yep. I knew it was coming. I saw blue-green. I was like, Coma's coming out at some point. Save that squash. Perfect. Chef's kiss. Ooh, 3 mountains. We do have 2 Magdas. Which 2 doesn't help us. As long as 1 survives. But you know what? This is going to be a super hard mode. Let's try to keep it. Okay. Magda deployed. I assume that will be blasted out with something. No? This is interesting. We could attack, lose the Magda, gain a treasure, put us at 4, and then set us up next turn to do Battle of Frost and Fire if they play something else. Or we could just chill. I don't think we can do that. I think we have to just let Magda eat it. Yeah, we'll just foretell. That sets us up if they play another creature to blast both those creatures out, get our Frost and Fire moving. Or not. Alright. Well, let's play another Magda. Cool. Rather that be used there than on Quakebringer. Cleric. Nice. Play something else. Perfection. Love it. You gotta love it. Not out of the woods yet. Opponents can't gain life. Love it.
Death is inevitable. And so that was an easy job.
Dead cards in hand. Alright.
Well, you're not lacking for spirit.
Another culmination of studies? No. Let's do 5. Wow. Horrible. Well, we had to use it. Exile the bearer, and that should be lethal. We tried.
Don't worry, I got you.
Wait, no. 3, that's 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Use Kaya to exile my creature, and that would have been game over. Still game over, but what's happening? Just attack me with the flyers.
Ghosting feels weird, right?
What is happening? Why are you doing this? Could have had lethal twice now. There. Okay. There you go. You got it. Okay, these two. That one and that one.
You're not lacking for spirit.
Got it done. Good game. Hard mode hand. Leonard. Looks pretty bad. That puts us at 4 mana turn 3. Whatever. We'll keep it. I know this one's going on blue. Monk, you say? Should be wanting to cast multiple spells a turn. That should be good for us for Battle of Frost and Fire. Sure. We're going to take some hits. Oh yeah. Take a few hits. We're gonna eat all those though. Scry 3. We're trying to get a creature. Creature, and then a mana, and then if we can keep a magma opus for later, that would be cool. Let's keep the snarl. Let's put the culmination. I think that's going to go out of this deck. I don't think that we have time to do that. No, we don't want to mill the land out. Apparition for Magda, okay. Usher. Let's do another one. Get to draw 2 cards, discard 1, get rid of Squash. We're out of treasures though, so we're gonna need to get some treasures. There's land. Let's get the land first, culmination at the bottom, keep Magda, and then we'll Prismari command something so we can magma opus. Actually, let's just create a shitload of treasures right now. 6. If we get lucky. Okay. Look, we have a creature. That's rough. We're gonna have to keep up with that, huh? Yeah, let's do this first. Command, I don't think we need now. Well, that's gonna hurt. Ooh, that's gonna hurt really bad. That's it. Damn. I know they had a maul in hand. Paladin class. Alright, so what did we learn? We learned... So what do we do? 3 and 4? We learned that culmination of studies is poop and deserves to go back into the poop pile, aka out of this deck. Pretty bad. You can't cycle it out to get a treasure. It is pretty random. Whenever you, like, I tapped out 6 for it, I think 5 maybe, and all I got out of it was like 1 treasure and like 4 damage to the opponent. Not very good. So if we're looking at other giant type of things, what we want to put in, because I think all these have performed pretty damn well. Having the ability to discard them early and create treasures to ramp you into other things is pretty good. I think these are great in here, and Magma Opus has won us a couple games. So what would we want to put in? Something lower. Probably, maybe like Frostbite. Let's get rid of some things. Let's look at our... Any other giant stuff? We can't use Bone Crusher because he's unfortunately rotating out. Same with Tectonic Giant. Could use Shatter Skull Charger, but it's not super great. Invasions of the Giants, I thought about it. It doesn't have much utility. It makes your giants cheaper later. It has utility. Excuse me. It doesn't have much impact on the board. But it only costs 2. So perhaps 2 of these, 2 of the Glimpse of the Cosmos for card draw later and cycling through to get things that you want. That might be better. So we'll actually take these out. I'm not going to do a game tonight, but I'll put those back in. I'll do 2 of each. The thing about Glimpse of the Cosmos is you can play it from your graveyard as long as you have a giant, which is pretty good value. That might save us from being able to... from having to rely on treasures too much. But I would say that Culmination of Studies isn't doing really anything in here. It's just a hindrance. Hall of Storm Giants we never got to use, but I could see it being clutch when your games stall out. I mean, that is 14 damage if you have a Calamity Bearer on the board. That's obviously very far and few between, but I appreciate you checking out my 2022 Giants build. We will see after rotation what happens. Like I said, that's tomorrow. So we want to get on making new brews for 2022. We want to stop relying on the old stuff from Eldraine. Get into it a little early so that way we're not caught off guard when playing ranked coming up. But I think it's going to be good overall that things are rotating out because Eldraine has warped the format so much. Like, you don't have a red deck without Bone Crusher in it, right? And you don't, I mean, there's no more adventures, which are the whole basis of Guerrilla Adventures and Teamer Adventures and all these powerful decks that have such value. One card can be used twice. And a bunch of the cards in your deck are like that, and you get payoffs from Edgewall Keeper and all that insanity. So I think they learned their lesson. I think they're dialing back the power. I think that's a good thing. So we'll keep running this giant deck. See what happens. We'll make some tweaks here and there. And if you're watching on Twitch, this video will also be on YouTube. Same name, KaeroMTG. I'm also on Twitter, same name. Made it easy for you. So I appreciate you stopping by, and I will see you next time. Hopefully we'll tweak this giant deck and get some heavy damage through on some people. Have a good night.